What's going on YouTube right now? I know it's super dark, y'all probably can't see me, but the reason you can't see me is likely because it's 5 in the morning right now and it's super dark. I hope I'm not covering my speaker, but it's currently 5 in the morning, so it's dark outside. But listen, I've been going through this challenge, right? A challenge I put myself through for good reason, for reason of gaining knowledge and continue to gain wisdom and to be able to relate to people on every level, right? And I've been going through this challenge, and this challenge has been a lot harder than I had anticipated when I had started this challenge. The challenge has been a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, and I don't know why I thought it would be easy. And I won't speak too much on this challenge right now, but what I do want to say is that I was laying in bed and I was sitting there struggling to hold on to this challenge, to keep this challenge going, struggling to find the strength. And I've been trying everything. I've been trying to do this, trying to do that. Prayer, of course, praying to my Lord. And I think I finally found the answer. And I won't know for sure yet, but think about it like this, right? God has given us natural answers to things, right? So, for example, if you're feeling sad, a lot of people will tend to distract themselves from the sadness by, let's just say, they go out to have fun with their friends, or maybe they watch their favorite movies, maybe they consume alcohol or drugs, or whatever the case may be. However people decide to cope with their problems, everybody has a different coping mechanism, but that's just not how coping was intended, right? It wasn't intended to ever be that way. So there are ways that we were meant to overcome things, right? So I decided that I was having a hard time with this challenge and I didn't know what to do. So I stepped outside, right? And it's dark right now. Not too many people are up. It's dark and I decided to step outside. And I felt like as if within minutes the answers to my problem were solved in a way. Right? And I know that sounds weird because, like, how does that happen, right? I feel like it's been so hard and I'm sitting there struggling for so long, but just going outside kind of gave me the answer to my problems. And I'm gonna tell you why I think that is, right? As I was sitting inside, I was surrounded by all forms of temptation. I was surrounded by all forms of distractions. I was surrounded by all forms of energy that's going against my goal and my mission, right? To try to sit there and fight that is a hard challenge. You have to be a damn strong individual to surround yourself with that kind of temptation and distraction and not fall under the pressure. And even the strongest would fail in that regard. And it made me think. I was reading the Bible yesterday and it talked about this, and I want to go inside and read it deeper for you guys. But it talked about how if you wouldn't play at the edge of a cliff expecting not to fall, right? And there's so many more. I wanna go inside and read these Bible verses for you guys, but I just wanted to tell you, maybe just take a step outside real quick, at nighttime or daytime. Go get some sun, enjoy nature. When you're outside, it's quiet. You have no choice but to consume what is real and consume reality, right? Which switches your brain. When you're surrounded by the beauty of nature, it just changes the whole energy around you. Nighttime or daytime. The wind is nice, it's quiet, it's peaceful. Versus when I'm in the house, when I'm inside, it's dark, it's quiet, but it's dark. There isn't much life around. I'm surrounded by things that can distract me, my TV, my cell phones. I'm surrounded by people who are sleeping or people who are just doing things that just aren't very uplifting and energizing. So when you surround yourself by these things, it's very hard to overcome it. So if you feel like you're stuck and you feel like you're getting close to temptation or close to indulging in things that are bad for you, step away for a minute. Go somewhere where the environment, if possible, I know this isn't possible for everybody, but everybody has access to outside usually. Step outside and enjoy the gift of God's nature and use that as a way to surround yourself with things that are good for you, to inspire you. Because when I stepped outside, it was almost like I just felt a jolt of energy to actually do the right thing. But I want to read these Bible verses for you guys real quick. So allow me to read these scriptures that I talked about. I'm gonna see if I can find exactly where it's at. But I didn't highlight, so it might be a little tricky. But it was in, let's see. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Now, in this verse, and a lot of times in the Bible, it's a lot about metaphors, right? So it's not specifically talking about a woman here, but it's using it as an example of temptation, I believe. So the commandments, right? Keeping the wisdom of God is how we fight against temptation, right? We use our wisdom and our better judgment. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will haunt for the precious life. Now this is the verse right here that I'm about to read that's super important when it comes to fighting temptation, right? Can a man take fire? Oh, it's a little covered right here. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. So a lot of the scriptures are covered, right? Because I have taken notes, but I want to read some of the notes I took when I read this, and this was yesterday, so I find it so interesting how quick things can turn around and how quick the Lord can show you examples in your life of how these principles can apply. So I wrote down, if you place yourself in position to fall victim to temptation, you cannot be surprised or upset when you fail. Similar to what I said earlier, you would not dance at the edge of a cliff expecting for you to not fall, right? So to apply that to what I was talking about in my case, right? Kane, get over here. Cut it out. To apply that in my case, right? I can't expect to surround myself with the things that are tempting me to do bad, right? Social media, television, lower energy, and just like messiness. Like there's so many things that you can surround yourself with that could encourage you to do worse. It's just that there's the energy around. I cannot expect to surround myself with those things and then not fall victim to them. So if you want to do better, you've got to don't surround yourself with things that'll make you fail. And that can apply to so many things in life. Over here. Hold on to your wisdom as your life depends on it. It isn't just knowledge. It is your protection from dangerous decisions. It is important to hold on to the wisdom that you have, the wisdom that God has given you, the wisdom that you have gained over the years, because that is your protection from bad decision making. Temptation starts when you're not being intentional. I've talked about attention a lot lately when I speak to people, because intention is very important. Everything that you do without intention, it kind of blurs a lot of things. Wandering, being careless, or being where you don't belong opens the door for problems. So you should be intentional with everything that you do. Everything that you do should be intentional. If you feel like you can't explain what you're doing or have good reasoning behind it, then it's usually probably not good for you. Don't play close to the edge and expect not to fall, right? We talked about that. The woman represents temptation. Sounds good, looks good, and feels good, but it's lies. So the key takeaway from this video right here, and I just made this video real quick, this wasn't planned or anything. I just wanted to tell you guys that if you're feeling like you're struggling, right, take your focus away from what you don't want to do, right, which might be to indulge in social media or television and to overconsume, and step away and focus on what you need to be doing, right? Stepping away from these distractions. So I think the first step is step outside for 10, 15, 20 minutes. It could even be less, because for me it was pretty quick, but step outside and just feel a better energy. Surround yourself with a better energy than what could be in your household, because that could be a big factor in the energy that you expose back. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you guys take something from this video. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace out.